Hey folks, Larry here. Today we're going to be reacting to The Predators of Pickup by Philion. I liked his last video. I feel like this one I know a little more about. Like, I know about pickup artists, right? So I'm interested and curious. Let's go.
And welcome back to Emerging Magazine's Inside Edition. This time we're here with Alvaro Orlando, also known as Cosmo, who is the winner of this year's The Pickup Artist on VH1.
Wow. I'm very persistent, aren't I?
Wait, I think I heard of this guy.
Hi.
Yes. Would you like a seat?
As soon as I saw the girl, it was like, oh shit.
Okay.
In 1970, a man
Cat
by the name
Jam
of
for
Eric
sure.
Weather released a book
I don't
titled
have
How
Cat
to Pick
Jam
Up
enabled.
Girls, which would go on to sell over 3 million copies. One might think that this was a brilliant piece of literature that took the Western world by storm, when in reality, it highlighted a disgusting underground subculture of sad, pathetic, entitled men that was a ticking time bomb. How to Pick Up Girls was a sad
Yeah.
attempt at a gentleman's hand guide to get women to sleep with you. I can't even read the first page without a SWAT team coming to my house, so I'll just share a few special passages. You've just got to see more of her long, lean legs, her fine, rounded, her high, firm. For an instant, you'd even consider...
What the fuck?
On literally the first page, he suggests that all men share the same fantasies. Whether you know it or not, you already have one great thing going for you when it comes to picking up chicks, and that is, you're a man. As a man, it's your right, your privilege to approach women anytime you want. But women, they've got to sit there and wait. There was even talk to adapt this book into a movie. In the very genesis of modern-day pickup culture, themes of misogyny,
I'm so
sexual assault,
uncomfortable
and
already.
male dominance were prevalent.
A man says women say one thing but mean another. Another man teaches other men how to get women into bed. Meet Ross Jeffries. He says he got tired of being Mr. Nice Guy and being dumped by women. So he changed his ways and he wrote a book for other men who feel the same way. It is called How to Get the Women You Desire into Bed.
Which is totally not predatory. He went on talk shows, media campaigns, and now relives his glory days ranting to the newer generation of pitiful men. Ross Jeffries can be linked
True. These are not real men.
to numerous members that started the pseudoscience
I don't want to meet Ross Jeffries. Same.
fragile men cling onto ever so tightly. He is noted as the mentor to Neil Strauss, Mystery, and a man named Louis DePayne. He was also portrayed in the movie Magnolia by Tom Cruise. And as you can probably picture by now, this whole pickup thing is gaining some steam in the 90s. Louis DePayne would go on to create alt.seduction.fast in 1994, which was the beginning of the online pickup forums and message boards. It was here where these freaks would don their screen names such as Juggler, Style, and God This Guy is Nightmare Fuel, Mystery. Other pickup artists and self-proclaimed gurus would definitely pop up around this time, but unfortunately for us, they probably just terrorized women on the sidelines.
This is so... Okay, that's gross. This is so interesting though, because like I only know about like more modern pickup culture, artist culture.
You see, all of this stayed on the fringes of public discourse and remained underground. That is, of course, until Neil Strauss, student of Ross Jeffries, published The Game in 2005.
I've heard
It
of
reached
this.
New York Times bestseller list, and for the first time, pickup culture went mainstream. Public perception was definitely still mixed, as new media would eat the stuff up just to get eyeballs on their content. Younger men with an identity crisis fell victim to pickup artist culture, and
I remember when I was like 12 or whatever, I was like super like, how do I find a girlfriend? And like eventually I like started seeing pickup artist stuff, but like I think I was fortunately able to realize that like the vast majority of this was just bad advice, and like even the stuff that seemed like good advice, it just was, it didn't help me. So I dropped it. And also I couldn't like, the biggest thing is like the numbers game part, and like I could never really do that. So yeah.
people with functioning brains laughed at how cringy this entire movement was. I mean, it was incredibly easy to laugh at the lack of self-awareness of the contestants on The Pickup Artist, which ran for 2 seasons from 2007 to 2008 on VH1. And the host was, you guessed it,
yeah, the alternate universe. That would suck.
Man who goes by only one name.
Mystery.
Yep. In the 2010s, pickup communities continued to burrow themselves deeper and deeper on 4chan, Reddit, and YouTube, but would eventually be met with bans and a serious crackdown. However, some communities still exist, and you can definitely fall down some dark rabbit holes if you go looking. With any cult, similar to a military, religion, or even company, you have terminology that makes each member feel part of something bigger.
I like how negative he is, like, honestly.
Let's be honest, it's just another excuse to create an identity, and this type of language takes the humanity out of these interactions. It is a sinister manipulation technique used throughout history, time and time again. If you really want to crawl down this rabbit hole with me, I'm going to have to show you the ropes, and it's not pretty. The first lesson is vocabulary. These are terms created on the deep, dark corners of forums, message boards, and unfortunately, books. By the end of this, you'll know how to think, act, and even behave like a pickup artist. Remember, these are not my words, and I apologize in advance for putting you through this.
What if this is the universe where I become a pickup artist?
Which brings us to our first word, P-U-A. Pickup artist, pretty self-explanatory. Game, your ability to seduce women, which leads to getting laid. This is your swag. Infield, practicing your pickup artist skills by being a cringe lord in public. Routine, method of principles applied to seduce women. Are you funny, cocky, mysterious? Set, your routine that you do in a certain environment to seduce women. Some men literally treat this like a performance, such as stand-up comedy or a Broadway musical. Opener, your first words or actions to start an interaction. There's a bunch of these. Most of them make you look like an NPC trying to interact with real humans. AFC, average frustrated chump. You can thank Jeffries for that one. It describes a guy who is completely clueless with women. Target, women you are pursuing. Remember, this is not predatory at all. AMOG, alpha male of the group. HB, hot babe. Sarging, slang for picking up women. Seduction layers, online study groups for men. The best depiction of this is John Hamm's character in the Black Mirror special, White Christmas. If you're a woman and watching
I've seen that.
Yes, groups of men actually exist like this. Value, arbitrary characteristics agreed upon as good or bad by men in support groups. DHV, demonstration of high value. Spinning plates, dating as many women as possible or keeping them in your circle for as long as possible for your own self-gain. IOI, indicator of interest. Body language that communicates if someone is interested in you. This is a dangerous notion. Look at this girl. She's twirling her hair. She must want to sleep with me. FTC.
You know, twirling your hair is also a sign of, like, anxiety.
False time constraint. Lying about somewhere to be to appear more important than you actually are, such as, my boys are leaving, but before I go, can I get your number? Negging. Saying negative comments to a girl to put her down in hopes that she'll like you. It's
I think this is like one of the most common ones that like people know about.
faking interest by verbally communicating you're not afraid to insult her. Qualification. Making the target think you're interested in her, such as, I like your eyes. That's good because I only date girls with blue eyes.
Workaholics is great though.
Disqualification. Making the target think you're not interested in her. Often used in the opener, such as, I don't date blondes. Push, pull. The balance of qualifying and disqualifying a target to keep interest. Definitely not manipulative. Buying temperature. A spike in attraction because of your DHVs. You told her you just live in a Hollywood mansion. Peacocking is one of the main tenets of his God.
I'm surprised he hasn't referenced like It's Always Sunny if he like here's a Workaholics clip, because the dentist system is literally making fun of this, right?
Forsaken religion. Side note, this is why all of these disgusting men have absolutely no drip whatsoever. You can spot a pickup artist from outer space because of the amount of leather bracelets that they wear. Level 1 is wearing rings, necklaces, bracelets, or accessories because it is cool and interesting. Level 2, create an identity for yourself. Are you goth? Are you a surfer? How about the Wolf of Wall Street type dudes? Lumberjack? Anything. It doesn't matter.
Listen, you can get drip. It's possible.
You just have to go all the way. The idea here is that you now look like you're part of a tribe. Level 3. Cringe. Do not do this. It will make people uncomfortable to be around you, and they will hate looking at you. Level 3 is this guy, Mystery. Become a character, cosplay every day. Voice tonality. According to pickup forums, they want you to speak loud, slow, and direct. Avoid filler words like and because that's low value, and you're trying to be the AMOG, aren't you? Kino. Touching. And this is where it gets creepy. You can envision the nightmare of PUAs insisting on their students that they touch women to generate attraction. According to them, Kino is essential in closing, ending the interaction between pickup artist and target.
It's like, one of the things that's so weird to me is like, some people like touching, and some people don't. What a shock, right?
Escalation. Going from the bottom of an interaction, your opener, to your closing, the top of an interaction. According to these pickup goblins, the more you escalate, the better the set is. Day 2's, seeing the target another day. I'm gonna be honest, this video took a toll
Kino meant movies? I did not know that.
on me, and the only thing keeping me going was quality sleep, which is why today's video is sponsored by Helix. Helix Sleep makes premium mattresses and bedding, dare I say the best, conveniently shipped in a box right to your doorstep. Everybody's different, and Helix knows that. That's why they have a sleep quiz that helps match your unique body type with your sleeping preferences to find the best mattress for you. Based on your different sleeping positions and preferred mattress firmness, Helix has a mattress for everyone. If you happen to sleep with a partner or even a pet, you guys can take the quiz together and find the perfect compromise for all of you. I like a nice medium mattress feel, and I tend to sleep on...
You can tell that that dog has definitely taken the quiz with him.
...my side and stomach, and that's why I was matched with the king-size Midnight Luxe. You guys know I've been sleeping on Helix mattresses for well over a year now, and since I moved, I had to upgrade from a queen to a king. That's how much I love my Helix mattress.
True.
It only takes me a couple of minutes to start counting sheep, and I wake up feeling rejuvenated. I guarantee your old mattress will not even compare, and best of all, Helix offers a 100-night sleep trial. This gives you a little bit over 3 months to completely fall in love with your new mattress. And if you don't, they will come and pick it up for you, no questions asked. And you will get a full
Thank you,
refund.
Snow.
And
That's
don't take
interesting.
it from me, if Sebastian loves it, I guarantee you will too. By far the most convenient part about Helix
That's
is
not
that your new mattress comes rolled in a box right to your doorstep. The days of going to an old mattress store are over. And I even had fun setting up my new bed. It took me just under 5 minutes to carry it up the stairs,
I say
unfold
good
my
morning.
mattress, and watch it come to life. I love my Helix, and I think you would too. If you're in the need for a new bed, check out Helix. Go to helixsleep.com/Philion to get up to $200 off your new mattress, plus 2 free pillows. And a massive thank you to Helix for sponsoring this video.
Free pillows.
Neil Strauss was a self-proclaimed romantically frustrated writer and journalist who stumbled upon the online subculture of pickup in the early 2000s. He worked for major publications such as the Rolling Stone and the New York Times. He later left these companies as he was given the opportunity to become a ghostwriter for Jenna Jameson, a popular adult video star who was well connected in the LA scene. During this time, he would write under the name Chris Powells to hide his identity. He wrote an article called He Aims, He Shoots, Yes. At first, it reads like an incel's diary, full of self-deprecation and physical reasons as to why girls won't sleep with diary.
I am far from attractive. My nose is large for my face, and while not hooked, has a bump in the ridge. Though I am not bald, to say that my hair is thinning would be an understatement. I have indentations on either side of my forehead, which I like and believe add character to my face, although I've never actually received a compliment on them. When I look down at my pale, skinny body, I wonder why any woman would want to sleep next to it, let alone embrace it.
Full of self-deprecation and physical reasons as to why girls won't sleep with
So for me, meeting girls takes work. I'm not a guy woman giggle over at a bar or want to take home because they're feeling drunk and crazy. I can't offer them a piece of my fame and bragging rights like a rock star, or cocaine and a mansion like so many other men in Los Angeles. All I have is my mind, and nobody can see that.
him, followed by the fact
This guy's so sexy.
that he changed his entire personality.
You may notice that I haven't mentioned my personality. That is because in the last year, My personality has completely changed. Or to put it more accurately, I have completely changed my personality. Whoa! Researching a book proposed by an editor, I allowed myself to be taken under the wings of the greatest self-proclaimed pickup artists in the world and entered an underground subculture of men dedicated, sometimes to an unhealthy extreme, to figuring out the mystery of the opposite sex. For lack of a better term, they refer to themselves simply as the community. I got way too carried away. And yes, they got him some confidence.
Personality and began his journey into the community, studying under Mystery and Ross Jeffries in order to
I'm not
change
gonna
his
keep
life.
reading
As
it,
you
don't
know by
worry.
now, Strauss released The Game in 2005, and it hit the New York Times bestseller list for 1 month from September to October, and it even held the #1 spot on Amazon for a brief time. Years later, in October of 2015, Strauss was asked in an interview if he had any regrets about being in the pickup scene. He stated, "There are some really damaged people with hateful and distorted views of reality that gather other people who share those views,
This is
attracting
true.
people with neurotic wounds and character disorders." Great, so the man became a multi-millionaire, popularizing the underground subculture, and is aware of the damage it continues to cause men, which perpetuates rather disgusting treatment of women, later saying, "And the good thing is that they're all in one place online, so we know where to find them." Let's go back to
Yeah. Thanks, dude.
the early 2000s, where this all began. In 2002, two men named Owen Cook and Nick Coe founded a company called Real Social Dynamics, or RSD for short. Some of you may have heard of this company before because they were one of the biggest and most successful dating companies of the era.
What is the best way to get a girlfriend? Okay, and it's important to understand this as soon as possible.
But I'm not here to stroke their lost and forgotten egos. At its peak, the Real Social Dynamics website had over 3 million unique visitors a month. The target audience included men who wanted to get with women under the guise of self-improvement. RSD would hire numerous coaches that would fly around the country for seminars, boot camps, and in-field demonstrations of how to pick up women. Think of Neil Strauss's The Game as some sort of pickup Bible. The characters that I mention are all tied to this book in some way or another. Nick Coe is referenced in the book as RSD Papa. He had capital and a business background, so he was necessary in lifting RSD off the ground. RSD Papa has been keeping up his streak of being a loser
He's a sugar daddy.
since his glory days featured in The Game. He bought Twitter followers, considering he has 66,000 followers and doesn't even break 3 likes on his tweets. He has also bought likes, comments, and views to appear more important than he actually is on YouTube. Imagine that. Having to fake
Okay, wait. Yeah, 54,000 views, 6 comments, that's pretty bad.
views to appear more important than he actually is.
Oh yeah, and it says forgot to buy likes. I looked at the likes before I looked at anything else. I thought it was the likes that he bought.
On YouTube. Imagine that. Having to fake your DHV. I have a question for all the seduction men out there. Is this who you looked up to? Or was it him? Owen Cook is referred to in The Game as RSD Tyler, and he's portrayed as a cocky opportunist. Wait, but I thought his name was Owen. Well, it is, but he stole his name from popular book and Hollywood cult classic Fight Club. The main character, Tyler Durden, played by Brad Pitt, is the split personality of Edward Norton. I guess the name Owen wasn't
Is it
really
cool
cutting
enough?
it. The thing about Owen is that he has the textbook origin story into the seduction community. His girlfriend broke his heart in college, he spiraled into depression, thought it was a good idea to strip his identity because no one would love him for who he actually is, and started playing pretend under the stolen alias.
I want to say true, right? But I feel like these people, if they actually just embrace themselves and work on themselves, it's not impossible to become a decently attractive person to someone because of just having a nice personality and shit, being funny. I mean, I don't know, I think the biggest one of the biggest things that gets in the way is just the cycle of being alone and feeling depressed and sad and bad about yourself, and it just creates this cycle where you end up reflecting this upon others, and even the good elements that you previously had are further away from you. They're not gone. Because I think I have had this cycle before, but yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for them too, in like a small, very small way, because of all the things they've done since entering this culture.
Tyler Durden, using the sociopathic fake character as a basis for his new personality, stating, "I picked Tyler Durden because I thought he was the archetype of a very cool character who had to let go of his own identity and move on to a new one. As you can see, healthy behavior. Here on YouTube, it's commonplace for commentary channels to
Okay, so far, like literally 2 videos I reacted today have referenced other channels I react to.
gurus giving pseudo-motivational talks in which they exhibit cringe behavior.
The type of person you'll never meet. Never meet. Ever. Because you're just a little three. A little three. And not only are you three, but you're here to get help. And instead of getting help, you got laughed at by a woman. And laughed at by the entire crowd. And then a bunch
This
of
is like a react inside of a react inside of a react.
people even quieter and more derpy looking than you are gonna form in a group. Yeah, you're about to say something, I can tell? No? Okay, of course. So, okay. When I do that, by the way, what I'm doing is teaching.
But I don't blame anyone for not knowing the full context of his past. The worst of his self-reports include, Canadian co-founder of RSD describes forcing sex on women. At one of RSD's boot camps in the US, Owen Cook shared details of an encounter with a stripper he had picked up the night before. His comments, recorded on video and posted online, are both graphic and disturbing. RSD removed the video from YouTube last weekend as the company was beginning to come under scrutiny. Copies have appeared, then disappeared from various other websites. In the undated video, Cook told a small group of men, "It was in the morning, she was taking a shower, and I don't think she wanted to have sex again, but I just threw her on the bed." He recounts how he proceeded to have intercourse with the unwilling woman, whom he described as just totally not in the mood. Cook explained his behavior by saying he didn't care what he did to her because he didn't plan to see her again. Cook
That excuses it really well, by the way. Wow.
then described in explicit detail how he proceeded to have intercourse with the woman, saying, "And I'm like, I'll just make this quick because she doesn't even want it." In other RSD videos that can be found online, Cook used a gay slur, referred to a woman as a bitch, spoke with an Indian accent, and told his young son, "You're an accident." That's right, you're an accident.
I have 2 of them. I got another one. He's passed out under there. I was hoping he'd be awake. It's Dylan, my other son. But, you know, that's what happens if you think that just because you had one kid that if you don't put her back on the pill right away that, you know, that the second kid will be avoided. So that's the other lesson for you. That's if you're really dumb.
Very cool and well adjusted. Great things to tell your kid.
So, yeah, that's right. You're an accident. You're an accident. Huh?
Now,
I hate that. Like, seeing kids being forced to deal with situations they're not emotionally equipped to, and the only reaction you can have in that moment, like, as a kid especially, is laughter, because you're uncomfortable as fuck. And, like, even if you're not capable of, like, feeling that uncomfortableness, like, it doesn't... That's not a good laugh. It's just... It sucks. Yeah, I hate that.
Steve Tyler has tried to wipe the internet clean of every incriminating video and runs 2 YouTube channels, Owen Cook and Owen Cook Free Tour. He does this thing where he posts so much content full of hour-long rants about literally nothing in an effort to inundate social media platforms with the new version of RSD Tyler. Julian Blanc, one of the main reasons why Real Social Dynamics had to pivot. In 2014,
also the algorithm.
Executive coach Julian Blanc was considered the most hated man in the world. In a now deleted video where Blanc teaches RSD members at a seminar, he says, "You can do what you want. I'm just romping through the streets, just grabbing girls' heads, just like head pff, on the dick, head on the dick, yelling Pikachu."
Like, my never leaves a girl's mouth. It just pops out every second for air, like here and there.
Julian Blanc is a self-proclaimed pickup master. He travels the world holding seminars to rooms full of packed men, teaching them ways to pick up women, including forcing their heads towards his crotch and, incredibly, by choking them. At least...
I don't know what to say. Like, he's literally like this. I don't say anything. Like, what the
It's in Tokyo. If you're a white male, you can do what you want.
Attracted a caveman back in the day, okay, or cave woman.
This is like the underbelly of like those like Reddit comments whenever people talk about like being like a white dude in Asia. It's like, it's so stupid and frustrating and I don't like it. And yeah, it's definitely the logical, like his actions are the logical conclusion of it, for sure. Especially like
Still what attracts a woman today.
For a man whose prime objective is to earn the favours of women, right now, his misogynist ways are doing anything but.
He then got humiliated on live television
Chris Chrome, okay.
and claimed his actions were a bad attempt at edgy humor.
With those pictures there that you're referring to, of again, like choking women,
Oh.
I just want to make that clear. That is not what I teach. Like those pictures there, like,
That's not what I teach, that's what I do.
it was a horrible, horrible attempt at humor.
In
Attempt at humor. Attempt at humor. Attempt at humor. Attempt at humor.
2016, an article was run titled Controversial Pickup Artist Company Still Active in Canada, which pointed out real social dynamics having a resurgence in Canada, with RSD Tyler and RSD Julian hosting boot camps once again. Julian now works as a trauma release coach. Imagine that. You have a grocery list of allegations against you, and you become a fucking...
I really want to read this. The hottest women are often the most insecure, so don't fear to treat them like trash. When does no mean no? Love is when you emotionally abuse her and she still comes back for more, right? Dear girls, could you please save me the effort and roofie your own drink? Hashtag just kidding. If you're gonna leave your girlfriend in the car, at least crack open the window. Don't forget to treat women how you don't want to be treated. I so like... It's so weird because they like joke about this and their audience loves it, and I feel like it's like also like a loop of like this like it's how they get notoriety and fame in the community too, right? Like I'm sure like some of this is stuff that he genuinely like believes, right? Like the top one for sure, I'm sure he believes that. Like other parts of it are like probably just some degree of slightly exaggerated stuff, and it's just yeah. It's very interesting to me.
You have a grocery list of allegations against you.
And like eventually if you keep doing this stuff, like you start to believe all of the worst stuff, even when it's like cartoonishly fucking stupid.
And you become a fucking trauma release coach.
Oh, it's for men.
There were other RSD coaches as well, but talking about them any more than surface level gives them too much attention, so I'll be brief. RSD Jeffy had a van and wrote a book called Get Laid or Die Trying. RSD Todd got fired from the company, which pissed off a lot of members as he was a fan favorite. He dances around the topic, always citing he can't explain more because of legal purposes. RSD Alex cut ties and...
Getting... Wow, yeah, that is... How do you get cut from that company?
Started his own pickup business. And lastly, RSD Max became a hustle porn peddling guru, otherwise known as Max Torno. And it was later discovered that RSD's teachings were a one-for-one copy of the Mystery Method book. In 2018, a Reddit thread compiled every single potential assault committed by RSD, and it absolutely blew the lid off the company once again. But now, the thread is a ghost town, with every link being broken, unavailable, or leading to a copyright message. Perhaps this story is a lesson in how fast the internet moves. Real Social Dynamics was a flash in the pan of internet culture that appealed to sad, lonely men. At their peak, they were known as the top dating company in the world, despite advocating for manipulation under the guise of self-help. None of the members were criminally charged despite admitting to numerous accounts of assault, and it seems as if each member was able to successfully rebrand in some capacity. Sometimes all it takes is doubling down and posting so much that you drown out the noise of your past self.
It's true.
Hide the truth! Hide it, hide it, hide it! Clickbait, clickbait, clickbait! Lie, 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 lie! Lie and lie and lie and lie and lie! Have no integrity whatsoever, and then be surprised when anybody with half a brain doesn't take our crap! Just keep doing that again and again and again and again and again and again take it, take it, take it, take it, take it.
It's literally the playbook. Like, what the heck?
Never forget.
The moral of the story, post. Yeah, it like... There are issues with how social media algorithms work and how exploitable they are by people who have way too much time on their hands. Totally not speaking from experience. Anyways, that was a great video. His editing was incredible. I think he treated this topic with like the seriousness it deserves. And just did a really good job. The guy explaining how he forced a woman's face towards his crotch, choking them, sexually harassing them, has to be one of the most disgusting and disturbing things I've seen. The fact that he didn't face any charges is really messed up. Yes. The ad read, the ad read was like pretty great. This guy's one of the better ad reads I've seen. I think the best ad read I've seen today was the ice cream sandwich video, honestly. And, oh man, I'm getting a phone call. But, one second, let me just make sure it's not an important phone call. Okay, it's not. So, I think this thumbnail is really good because I feel like this thumbnail is kind of like you want to click it, whereas this thumbnail was so creepy that you kind of didn't want to click it. This one, like, it has more color. It's like the face, the dude is like less completely revolting. That kind of stuff. Yeah. Seeing the child being called an accident by his father, yes, it's disgusting. There's so many things that like certain parents will do as like a joke, and like because the kid laughs, they'll like take it as like a cue to go ahead, and it's awful. I hate that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye, folks. Hey folks, lyarri here. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe to me on YouTube, on Twitch, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.